We are live. This is the Vegan Stephen podcast. And not only that, we have no camera. So that's pretty cool. We'll be looking at the election. And there's an election in Ireland yesterday. I had no look at all the rest of it. And today, I think they were deciding who was the most popular in the popularity contest, and they were kind of deciding all that, you know, who's the most popular in the popularity contest, and they I know they did it, but they were, I think it was a toss-up between Daniel Radcliffe and McDonald's, and what do I know? It's the Vegan Stephen podcast. This is live. Vegan Stephen podcast is a parody of a podcast. Vegan Stephen is a fictional character. All guests are allegedly fictional characters. Even those based on real people are entirely fictional. Celebrity voices are impersonated poorly. The following program contains coarse language and due to its content should not be viewed by anyone. Did anyone see fucking Michael D. Higgins there chatting away with Tommy Tiernan? How likeable is Michael D. Higgins? Man, there's a few pictures of me. I photoshopped my face over his body and stuff on my Instagram page. I feel like such a fucking knob for doing it now. Oh Jesus. But it's like, I don't know which is more embarrassing, looking at my comedy career or my music career, because just all my mistakes are in public fucking view. So no pressure or anything. Vegan Stephen fan page, Instagram. I think we're up to 400 followers on that one, and on Vegan Stephen Music, the main Instagram page, we have it's like 1,200 and something. Today's date is, it's 4 o'clock anyway, at 16 minutes past 4. See, it confused the fuck out of me, because it's 16 o'clock. I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? And everyone's like, oh, that's what 16, oh, it's so obvious. All you do is you just divide that by fucking 12 or some shit. You divide that by 24, I don't know. It's very, very, very simple. But for some reason, anytime I try to do it, I'm like, my brain. Why can't I just take 12? Jeez, what is 12 away from 16? 4. Oh my god. Why, can you not just say what fucking time it is, rather than just going, here's half a sandwich, but you have to run. You have to run. You can only eat the sandwich while you're running. It's like, for fuck's sake, can I just eat a fucking sandwich? You know, just tell me what fucking time it is. So it's 17 o'clock, whatever that means in your country. Fair play to you. It's a bit windy. Vegan Stephen podcast is shot on a boat for tax reasons. I'm cycling around the Aurora Borealis in the triangle of monsoon death, which is basically, if anyone who doesn't know that, it's you're fucking Egypt, and there's no point in even telling you. Sorry, there's someone here. I'm a black man. Oh, I'm also an Ulster man. Don't know what that was about. But that was Jerry Muhammad Adams. That's his name anyway. He's constantly interrupting me. I don't know what his deal is, but look. So there was a bit of an election going on, and Vegan Stephen, hardest working man in music, #1 podcast. It's not just for vegans, it's every day. I'm your host, Vegan Stephen. We are currently live everywhere. It's on, if you're watching this on the YouTubes, click the subscribe button quick. Don't be an idiot. Just click it. Just click it now. Click. Smash. Wait. Man, I didn't want to use a metal plec. My sister was hanging out with Def Leppard, allegedly. Backstage. That sounds very awful, doesn't it? That sounds awful. But okay, it only sounds awful if I tell the story. To anyone else, it's like, oh. Anyway, she got they gave her a plaque, a metal plaque that says Def Leppard on it, and I was like, oh my god, can I please have that? So I have it, and it's mine, and it's a metal plaque, and it's Def Leppard's, and I don't know which. She told me which one of the Def Leppards it was, but I can't remember. So, as you can tell, I'm a die-hard fan because can't remember. Anyway, allegedly. Oh, does this work? Ah, it works. Everybody, this is my new energy drink. It's called Invisible Ink. How good is that? How good is? It's invisible. My energy drink will actually make you fucking invisible. How good is that? How good is that? I have a fucking sorry for you lovely people and the audio listeners. I found out, I was out in the Vegan Stephen lab and I found out a way to make energy invisible and put it in a can. So Ullink, I don't know what the fuck's going on with Ullink, but they haven't signed the sponsorship deal. I don't know what the fuck's going on. So I decided to go to the Vegan Stephen lab, and I crossed pure energy with this other alleged, supposedly over-the-counter drink. It's my drink. That's not my juice. That's my drink. And yeah, so I don't know what to tell you, audio listeners, because audio listeners, it's in that ear, and now oh, that's good, isn't it? Oh, yeah. Am I fucking with your ears, lads? Oh, yeah. That's called, what the fuck's that called? Something erosion. Psychoacoustics. Oh, I'm in one ear and I'm in your other ear, and now I'm going around the room. This song's about getting in touch with your feelings. I'm literally losing my mind with the subtleties. Right, we're going to open the invisible energy drink. The lovely gent who delivered these to me was like, geez, they're very addictive, aren't they? Lovely gentleman delivered them to get. I was like, yeah, a little bit. Like they're awful for you. They haven't sent the money for the sponsorship deal, and I don't know what to tell you. Vegan Steve podcasts every day. Listen to the sound, vibration. your feelings in the air. Do you know you can't stop? Do you know you can't drop it? Feelings in the air. Do you know you can't stop? Do you know we're all connected to the ground? Vibrations all around. 'Cause only you know what's best for yourself. 'Cause only you know what's best for your with the feelings in the air. Do you know you can't stop? Do you know you can't drop it? Feelings in the air. Do you know you can't stop? Do you know? Stop, 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 don't beat yourself up. Stop, 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 don't beat yourself up. Stop, stop, stop it. Be nice to yourself. Stop, 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 don't beat yourself up. Stop, 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 don't beat yourself up. Stop, stop, stop it. Be nice to your feelings in the air. Hello, lovely to meet you. Good morning. Welcome. Come on, it's the Vegan Stephen podcast. It's only every day. Oh, jeez. Is anyone else out of breath after seeing that? Holy flippers. I didn't have any porridge this morning. So we're having a look at the news. It's a very controversial Instagram's @Vegan Stephen Music. So make sure you subscribe to all the places. A big list is here. We got iTunes, Google Play. I have never even used Google Play in my life, or Spotify. I don't even have it installed. Anyway, I'm on Spotify anyway. Tune in. That's STITCH. Stitcher. I'm on Stitcher. I'm also on. You want to be clicking that YouTube. YouTube subscribe button. Why? Because it's live every day, which is kind of cool, isn't it? And so it's at a random time as well. And it's free fucking news. It's the journal. I want to mix urinal and girl, does that work? Okay, here's the good news. Oh, when snow ice warning remain until the midnight storm Dennis looms on the horizon. When that snow ice remain until the place midnight storm Daniel. the horizon. Oh, Jesus. So there you are. That's your news. House of Lords. Something with Brexit. Next. Sinn Féin. Michael O'Neill. He's not only is he pissed, he's also PSNI, and we all know what PSNI means. And if you don't know what PSNI means, I don't want to tell you this. You may as well just sit down, because there's no point in going on. You may as well just sit down, buy a load of Vegan Stephen merch, and fucking chill out. Oh jeez, yeah. 100 hours Vegan Stephen music. If you ever want to learn any instrument, all the lessons are right there. World class teachers. 100 free hours to create now. And there's also one other thing. There's a business. If you want to earn a few extra bob on the weekends, happy days. It's all there. A lot of it's kind of mindset, but sure, it shows you everything. Sinn Féin. Michelle O'Neill says PSNI has intelligence about planned attack on her by dissident DISSIDENT Republicans. Dissident. What the fuck's dissident? Anyway, I don't know if that's juicy enough, but keep going, because we've only got so much time here on the Vegan Stephen podcast, and that time's precious. The Vegan Stephen listener is a smart listener, and they want top quality lol and entertainment for their listening time. I was walking in here, right? I was walking in here and I was like, oh shit, doing the podcast, grand, let's go. Little did Vegan Stephen realise check under this. They're not here. I walked fucking dog shit all over the fucking Studio B. So the floor of the podcast now covered in dog shit. I was like, grand, clean that up, grand. Does this work? About your child's online safety, and it's sponsored. So that's one of the things, you know. 22% increase in gate receipts fuels 2019 GAA revenues, researching 7.3 million. Excuse me. It's a serious podcast. Will you be quiet, please? I didn't get my doctorate in podcasting to put up with this shit. All right. So if you're I'm gonna turn this plane around. Get your own podcast. Sorry. Then, GAA star, founder Roger, more than a few times teachers' new faces in Dáil. Fair play. Wind, snow, ice warning remain in place until midnight as Storm Dennis looms on the horizon. Looming. Oh man, does anyone else have a fear of their white balance clipping? Does anyone else go through constantly when I'm podcasting? My number one fear is, do I have my white balance wrong and my white balance off? Because, oh jeez, the lighting in the room is constantly changing because the outside light is letting in. Oh god, it keeps you on my toes. That's good. It's basically like the equivalent of playing a guitar. And it's always going slightly out of tune. You have to kind of tweak it constantly to keep it in tune. That I'm doing the podcasting version of that, where the camera's constantly going like too bright or too dark. I have to keep twiddling the knobs to keep it. I'm riding the fader like a madman. Wind, snow, ice warnings remain. Okay, that could be definitely low worthy. Alright, we'll whip that out. It says gale force. You heard of Space Force? Well, here's Gale Force. Alright. Right. Oh my god, so boring. Alright, I've opened the article on Simon Harris abandoning vote on Mary Lou's Taoiseach is the exact same as voting for her. Oh my god, it sounds fucking like a painful read. So I apologise, but I have opened that because that's... Oh god, it's painfully boring. What possibly things to do with things? Grand. And there's other things going on as well. There's other lads arrested to do with things, and there's oh my god, equality. First same-sex marriage in Northern Ireland takes place today. Jesus Christ, what were they up to? How's it taking so long? I thought they've been... Gay marriages have been going rampant in fucking Ireland since the fucking thing. Why are these lads getting up to? What's taking the first? It must be some kind of legal loophole or something. Maybe it's not legal in Northern Ireland or some bullshit. I don't know. Anyway, I could click on it, but I'm not terribly arsed. Sorry. Okay, fuck it. Fine, I'll click on it. You fucking... Alright, death toll in China, grand. Alright, and the EU shouldn't Irish reunification, McDonald's tells BBC. Alright, 200 comments. So we'll definitely have a look at what McDonald's has to say about the BBC. Alright, so I have a few of them opened, right? And there's a big thing here. What hell was this? This is 8 hours ago. Alright, I'll open that one. And then someone's giving it about 1%ers. Surprise! These mysterious one. Where are these mysterious 1%ers? Yeah. They might be under this. Are they hiding under your... Come out! Are you... The 1%ers hiding in here? I don't know. Apparently they exist. So... I believe... It's kind of like... I feel kind of awkward. Do you know what the whole flat earth thing? Because, poll, do you keep your vote private? Oh, that'll be good. I'm going to sound like a fucking... I'm going to sound like a really silly person, but sure, fuck it. Okay, here's all the TDs we're saying goodbye to after they lost their seats. Updated 6 hours ago. Okay, so I'm not gonna tell that story. So I walked a load of dog shit in here. I was like, fuck, I'll take off the I'll you know, clean the floor grand. And then I was like, how do I classy this place up? So I started spraying like the most expensive perfume I could find on the fucking floor, and now it smells fucking gorgeous in here. And then I was mid-song. I was like, oh yeah, it's fucking class. And then I was thinking, oh fuck, my shoes are really loud. So I took off my shoes, and now and I started running around the room, so now there's just dog shit all over my socks. So I may as well just rub my feet in a dog's arse. In many dogs' arses. But sure, look, I do it for the money, kids. I do it for the money. Oh, baby. Big hello to Basaloka, Steph 1990, and Hand Woven Move. And all the boys. Alright, so big hell yeah to this. You're all looking well. Now the Vegan Stephen podcast. Oh my god, so now I'm at the dilemma. I'm literally gonna put my shitty socks inside my clean shoes. Oh my god. So that this doesn't work at all. Alright, I'll have to Jesus. How did all this literal shit come into my life? Alright, so take off the socks. That seems like the plan. You take off the socks with shit on them, because otherwise my shoes will be full of shit on the inside. And for some reason, when you're vegan, Stephen, guitar plecks just literally fall everywhere in my life. Every time I touch something, a fucking guitar pleck falls out. So of course there were guitar plecks inside my socks for obvious reasons. Oh my gosh, this is You heard of the problems they have in Africa, that's enough. Dean Stevens really got fucking issues, man. I'm only messing. We're gonna have a little look at Sinn Féin, Simon Harris, same-sex lads, death toll, EU should, FF finds itself, and more things. And if there is a feckin' Zunu, if you're up there, because Zeus gave up on me. Zunu, Scientology god. I'm praying to you, Zunu, give us good news today. It's been a slow news day for the last few weeks, but all praise. Muhammad deniers are. Goodbye. I'm in enough trouble. Fake news, fake news, fake news. Alright, we're back. It's the Vegan Steven podcast. It's the number one podcast. It's the number one podcast for a reason. And some other things. Dr. Phil. I've been watching Dr. Phil send him to the ranch highlights. Like, oh my god. And I've also been watching this amazing oh god, how do I even say it? Oh man, I really want to give the references, but I can't. Oh fuck. Anyway, there's a lot of really good stuff out there. Hopefully someone will know what I'm talking about and they'll put a link in the comments, because yeah, the videos where these lads, episode 7.5 came out today, and these lads infiltrate Scientology, and it's absolutely a hoot and a holler. It's a boogie woogie. It's a night out at the movies. It's a cozy movie boogie since Uzi. Alright, we're moving on. There's a big storm in Ireland, Storm Dennis. Alright, it's an orange warning, a gale. So there you are, there's a bit of stuff coming. Dennis Avocado, 8 hours ago. 170 votes, here we go. So the winter finally arrived. Going on the weather's performance of the last few years, we might as well think about changing that the seasons cover. In response, Joe says to that, you mean change winter to winter? February is winter in Ireland. 73 upvotes. Damien Denise, 60 something upvotes. St. Bridget's Day marks the first day of spring in Ireland. You mean the other Ireland. Alright. John Gohan, he's been here for 6 years, and this is 4 hours ago. 75 upvotes. He's fucking, people love it. Sinn Féin will solve the weather crisis. That's right, Sinn Féin will cure the weather crisis. We oh my god, I'm gonna open that because that is going to be the name of the podcast. I think it's pretty cool. I like that. Alright, we are having the last few weeks, they will tax the big storms, then they will avoid coming to Ireland. Oh, that's brilliant! Oh my God, Sinn Féin will solve the weather crisis we have in the last few weeks. They will tax the big storms and then they will avoid coming to Ireland. How good is that? What a comment. Fair play, Jonathan Gaughan. Gaughan. It's the 11th of the 2nd, 2020. This is on Met Éireann weather warnings, wind, snow, ice, journal.ie. Oh, baby. Ken Brackeny says, is that Northern, Southern, or United Ireland? 8 up votes there. I must say I like that one. I don't know. Apparently, it can't compete with the other shit, but I liked it. I thought it was cute. Yeah. Right. Shit. The place is haunted. Alright. I was thinking about installing the shit. It's definitely haunted in here. Installing a burglar alarm in here, and I was thinking I'll put in like a sensor with a words thing, so I'll just say, "Oh yeah, you look nice." And I just felt like that blared through the speaker system, and anytime someone comes in, it'll be tripped, or else gotcha, or I can't say that word. Anyway, okay, moving on. Ken Barney or something. Is Northern Ireland, Southern Ireland? Yeah, okay, cool. Accorded I says, where's Southern Ireland? Do you mean Munster? 20 upvotes. Ruggy and Bear says, yes, winter has arrived and the Wildlings have taken over King's Landing. Wildlings, 60 something upvotes. Most like the Night Walkers have taken over, says Pat Casey. And RJ Fallon says, you know nothing, Jack Frost. Jesus. Derek Leinster, 18 upvotes, says FFS, Taurus starts on Saturday. Trout. TROUT season starts on, yeah. So it turned out they were breaking down on ticket touts or something, and then it turned out that it was actually Ticketmaster who were reselling their own tickets to get more money. I don't know. I already misread the article. I believe I clicked on it yesterday or something. Who knows? Moving on. This is how rumours start. Ah, lads. Alright. Sinn Féin Michelle O'Neill says that PSI is stuff. And there's a picture of something. There's a picture of... I'm not one to comment people's appearance. There's a picture of something there. Anyway. Yeah. No, sorry, Chris says, yeah, up the ra, as they say. 200 and something upvotes. Jay Stewart, right, has a lot to say, and he got 200 upvotes, but I'm not reading. Moving on. Paul Collum, a good response from Michelle. Their attendance at the PSNI is another step to the right direction to encourage people, all backgrounds, to express their interest. Thankfully, the RUC has firmly, in the past, like some dissonant views. 160 votes. Alan says up the ra. 9 votes. Alright. Alright, I better read this big long fucking comment because I got 200 votes, for fuck's sake. It's people like... Okay, so the first comment, right, is just says up the ra. Yeah, sure, up the ra, okay. So some lad, and he... Oh my god. There's some courageous lad, he has a picture of him playing the whistle. He's clearly like, oh, Ireland and the way things used to be. And it's getting all political. Alright, so some lad was pulling a vegan Steve, and he just winds people up and just go, up the ra! And then just walks out, and then just waits for 3 minutes for everything to kick off, comes back, has an old gin tonic in the corner, and just watches everyone freak out while you're supping your little energy drink to yourself. Just going, jeez, people are very tied up, aren't they? Jeez, fucking hell. Up the ra is like the new abortion thing. You can't say abortion in Ireland without people losing their fucking minds. People say, oh, well, I think, feelings. I don't know, emotions, eh? Yeah, up there. Chris says Jay Stewart or whatever. This picture of Jay Stewart there, he's playing the tin whistle like it's going out of fashion. Well, that it's kind of long gone out of fashion. I don't know if it ever was in fashion, but there you are. Fashion's a lot of bollocks, isn't it? It's people like you who wish they hadn't gone away, you know, ... because you bleed your negativity on them, ... even though SF has walked away from violence and are successful, ... that's 2 dots, you still make it up. No dots, okay, we'll just keep going. And cast up to hide. I better not make that. What Scout's honour? Alright, we'll keep going. Be careful with my hand gestures, I guess. And away from violence. You still make... This lad's high up on his high horse. This lad's very high up. He's like... He's smelling his own farts. He's smug as fuck. I don't know what... He probably is right, but... You know when it's just late in the night, you had a few beers, and no matter what you think, you just think, I'm right, because I'm drunk. This lad has a serious case of, I'm right. So here you go. Even though when SF walked away from violence and are successful, you still make it up and cast up to hide the gasping holes in contradiction in your own political argument and position. The country has suffered just as much as under policies of the FF and FG. As it, no space, has under crimes of the RA. It's 4 dots. So it's ... Mind you, ... that's 3 dots. Many in the south didn't. Lovely sweeping generalisations. Here we go. South. Who wants to see my... Right. Many south didn't suffer at all because they didn't care at all about what happened up the north. They only use north today, and it passed policies to further their own selfish cause of South FF and FG stand out miles in front on this one. And we got 5 dots. That's 5 full stops. And not just ... We're going dot, space, dot, space, dot, space, dot, space, dot, space. So this lad, I don't know if he has a very broken keyboard or if he just loves writing first drafts of rants, but there you have it. So God bless them, they're doing God's work. Vegan Stephen's voice is used for one thing, one thing only, and that's preaching the word of the Lord. Bless gods of all the gods. Simon Harris abstaining the vote for Mary Lou as Taoiseach is the exact same as voting for her. There's some weird quotation marks there, so that kind of doesn't... they kind of fucked with it. Like, the end is a possible quote. The rest of it is just... The way it's written makes it so... They say Sam Harris, and then they have like a dot on, standing on top of it. They got bunk beds, full stop bunk beds. Then it says abstraining the vote for Mary McDonnell's Taoiseach is, and then it has like a quote, but it's only half a quote because it only has one kind of thing either side of it, but it's presenting itself as a quote which says, the exact same as voting for her. So there is no real context-ish. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? It's very, very confusing. But this, sure, we'll see what happens today. So he says loads of shit, and there's a lot of quotes there and all the rest of it. Who gives a fuck? If you want to look into it, look into it. Thomas. So I'm just going to read the comments, alright? Because this is going from the source of the fucking Irish people. I don't know anything about politics, but these people are very passionate and they put a lot of thought into their comments and all the rest of it. Like, so there you are. Just like FF, abstaining from the vote has kept you in the job. 965 upvotes, that Thomas says. Eugene Tyson says hypocrisy. Hypocrisy. He's pointing. Hypocrisy. Hold the presses. There is hypocrisy going on. 270 upvotes. Sinus Flint, that's SILEXFLINT, 2 hours ago, in response says, 150 upvotes, says, which was effectively a vote for Harris. Oh my god. She's spilling the beans. It's the only solution that makes any sense. And there you have it. Harris has a blue... Willie McIntyre, 550 votes, says Harris has and his blue shirt pals are making this way too bad, and it has a smiley face. Okay, I don't understand. In response to that, Ned Flanders 98 upvotes in response says no, this stance is appealing to his own base. Quote clearer, really. Quite clever, really. Alright. And someone else to Ned Flanders, Shazam37, says his own BASE is barely enough to get him elected, though. Full stop. So maybe he needs to look further afield. 200 upvotes. There's some implications going on there. It's lashing around here in Ireland like it's going fucking hell for leather. There was tell my keyboard stop, bro. Oh, it's fucking gorgeous, isn't it? Man, I'm in love with synthesizers. Brian Brussel says you'd be topped the polls with ignorance. So this is Brian Prusel and 400 votes. People love this lad, as I say. And he says, you swear topped the poll with his arrogance. You'd swear he topped the poll with arrogance. Seems nothing will change from the party as we were rejected for not changing. Would be good for them to have some downtime and do a deep dive and come out with some lessons learned from their poor performance. 400 votes. So I don't know what he's on about, but people love it. Learned Chew says in response, regardless of whether Harris topped the poll or not, he is elected. Michael Martin, possibly Michael Martin, I don't know how these 41 of us are, said very clear words that FF would not foe into, is that go? Foe into coalition, COLALITION, coalition. I don't know if that's what he spelled, but I think he means coalition. SF and LF with Daniel Radcliffe as less abundant, ADAMANT, adamant, was less adamant, but still said it was an opinion. Time for change. 41 upvotes. And here we have a passionate 36 upvotes. Brian Brussel in response says, well, he's fucking fuming. He says, I think you're deliberately missing the point here. Oh! Keyword's not working. Obviously, he was elected, etc., etc. Alright. Column says, why has all the courage of Paul Quinn and his family stopped all of a sudden? You couldn't open a newspaper or turn on the radio last week without hearing about them. I hope the media weren't using them. Alright, in response to that, bad news is the media is using them. Are you surprised? FFFG were just bad, says Seamus Murphy, 140 upvotes. Mick N in response says it's sick. All those that were outraged in the media already forgotten about. And then we have the only INFP in Ireland with 170 upvotes says, well, Simon Harris. There, he has no profile picture, by the way. So, I don't know who the fuck this lad is. Well, this could literally be your cat. Spewing hypocrisy on the internet. What's that, Salem? Do you know that cat from, like, Bewitched? There's a little, Salem, the cat. And it's a cat that speaks fucking, speaks. I'm just thinking of the cat, a cat type in this, and I was using a reference of Salem, which is a witch that got turned in, a human witch that got turned into a cat by the Witch Council in a TV show called I don't know, but her boyfriend's called Harvey, and she's in love with him, and it's quite entertaining. And I think it's usually on Netflix because they did a reboot. And it got over 18s or something. Who gives a fuck? Alright, moving on. In the comments, write down what it is. I'm not going to say. You don't have to write down. FFFG and Greens would do nicely after all. Majority voted for a centre right, not left. 77 votes. Tony Doyle says, I'd hardly call the Greens a centre right party. 66. In response to that from Tony Doyle. Matt Rogers, 160 upvotes, says the police in the north are warning SF and IRA plans to attack them, question mark. He pulled a Dr. Business there, question mark. Meanwhile, in the south, FFG are accusing FF of being too close to the IRA, exclamation mark. Oh my god. And it just has some kind of, I don't know, it's just some lad. It doesn't, in response to that, Irish media won't touch that with a barge pole. Completely alienates the narrative they have been feeding to everyone who will listen. 120 upvotes. In response to that, someone else says, did you miss the SF and TD screaming up the Ra yesterday? Screaming up the Ra. Man, everyone's been doing that since I did that joke. Anyway, who did miss him, respectively? He's saying you will never distance yourself from the IRA, question mark. SF deliberately associate themselves with the IRA. Complaining about something they did to themselves every single oh my god. It's like a bad episode of EastEnders or some bullshit, man. It's fucking Alright, I got two people shifting here. They got married and they're women, and someone just says congratulations, 200 and something upvotes. Says Barry Saunders, 160 upvotes. Justin Slammond PT says, proud to be Irish. Oh my god. Alright. And loads of people just say best of luck, son. Grand. Alright. So, no controversy. Happy days. Alright. Fuck, I closed that one. Alright. Well, so listen. Death toll passes 100,000. Coronavirus. Yeah. They said. Okay, Alan. Alright, Alan has 100 upvotes here for Alan. And Alan says. Alan! Says, I think this camera's a little bit jerky, so I'm going to see if this fixes it. Sometimes I fix it. Anyway. Okay. They say 1,000. Now they mean 10,000. 100 upvotes there. The Equalizer gives some link, and there's a lot of people, and it says 500,000. The Whistleblower. The Wuhan Whistleblower. There's 23 upvotes for that. CNN, really, in response to that. I really feel sorry for you if you walk around each day and have a head full of from CNN. So that was Peter Carvey in response to the Equalizer. 60 upvotes. The Equalizer with he has a picture of James Bond, by the way. 50 something upvotes. I have heard that these figures are not real figures. Communist China are renowned for dishonesty. Gavin Conran. Gavin Conran. Conran. So you keep saying, 20 upvotes. Monica says, agreed. Also, who announced that they will censor and take down all videos and info about coronavirus death toll from YouTube and other social media? That doesn't come from them. 14 upvotes there. My shoes are so wet. Brian O'Dara or something. Article is misleading. It states that some were caught to the virus and released home. No one was cured, or whatever. Sound cured to me, says someone else in response to that. 8 hours ago, 15 upvotes. 51% had chronic illness, says Cian. Connor says, is it time to start getting worried? 12 upvotes. Gavin Connor response says no. No. When the lad next door has it, I'll be like, might go to the shop, stock up on beers or something. Wait this one out. It's be a bit awkward though, because I really don't like drinking beer. So I'd probably just buy a lot of my regular food and just keep doing exactly what I'm always doing. I don't know. Puka, it's P-U-F-A-C-A. I think that's, it's like Irish for ghost or something. Anyway, says China is lying as well as it's always done. Their fear is looking uncontrolled and etc. People love it. Alright. Yeah. Alright. There's a bit of stuff. Man, Dr. Phil's great, isn't he? Looking forward to just, watching Dr. Phil for the rest of the day. Just like, as in, I just love him when he's just being a fucking boss. And he's so good at catching people out, like, he's so good. It's like, oh shit, he's gonna get him. He's fearless, man. He's a beast, he's a savage. He's a mother flipping monster. So McDonald's is here and it says, the EU should support Irish referendum, McDonald's tells BBC. Alright, so there's a bit of that going on. The Equalizer says 8 hours ago. No thanks. Please let sort out our democratic issues first before we take on another basket case of provocative. That's Province. Province. Bigots. 1,200 and something upvotes. In response to that, pot called the kettle black. Ah ha ha. That's like calling him a hypocrite. That's Lee Dog. And there's a lot of people playing rugby or something there. Jane, in response to that, says she's blowing it already. Oh Jesus. People who voted for change because of the housing and health. I don't have a problem with reunification, but surely it should be what she's talking about in interviews the day of the election, ? It's not the real reason people voted for them. 640 upvotes. Thomas Patrick says, and so it starts. Oh shit! Lord of the Rings shit going on here, man. He's like the fucking wizard elf in the corner, just been like, It begins now, Harry. And he blows out a load of fucking oregano. And Potter's like, Daniel Radcliffe. Taoiseach. And so it starts 560 something of us, whatever. Tony Gordon, in response to that, says, bang goes the economy again. ... already? Exclamation mark. 413 upvotes. There isn't, that's RISN. And there's a picture of Patrick, I think, he's like from 1916. I can't remember. It's Patrick Pierce, I think it is. 100 upvotes, and it says yawns. Simon, in response to this, says, here we go, lads, up the rah. Quotation. Yesterday, the unification, today. Always amazed that it's Sinn Féin rhetoric, or HETORIC, that poses on one of the biggest obstacles to truly united Ireland. Reunification is merely joining two jurisdictions, JURISDICTIONS. What does that spell? Huge differences, he says. Full stop again. Seamus Maldron laid the blueprint. Ignore McDonald's. Alright. He doesn't like getting burgers and chips. He's not a fan of fast food. Alright. Clubhouse Barman says, Unionists marching up O'Connell Street. Alright. Jesus. David Mearney says, all the more reason to approach unification casually. CAUTIOUSLY, 27 votes. Wreck the Tangle. What? Rectangle. Oh, that's pretty smart actually. WREKTANGLE. Nice, Mary. Cut taxes, improve health, build houses, refund money for free. People voted change. Sometimes change bad things. Sinn Féin focused NI instead of job at hard hand. The job majority hired her for 433 upvotes. Susan Flannery responds, how can they build houses, improve health service and cut taxes where they are getting the money to carry out their promises? And she got nearly 200 votes, and this will be the last one. NIOSE 300 votes says, unfortunately SF vision of united Ireland is not united. It's forcing the unionist population to join the Republic and sing Ra songs. She got me. I love. She's a comedian. I like her. It needs to be sold to unionists, not rammed down the throat of Tridicular, Tricolour and Ra songs. They are part of Ireland. SF division U vision will result more trouble up the north. 300 votes. In response to that, someone says it's forcing unionist population to join Republic and sing Ra songs. Lol, lame. 77 votes. Theresa Ryan, in response to that, says 6 something of votes. The clue is unionist. Unionists are by definition anti-United Ireland and will never agree to the UI or U. Yeah, full stop. And Chewie Chewbacca, Star Wars lad, is in. Oh, he's good. Yeah, he says, oh gosh, I'm so tired. Alright, we've only got fucking 60 seconds left of the podcast. Then we gotta go. We gotta go. Is there an economic plan to fund the new state? Question mark. 300 votes. What about 1M people don't want part NI? Does GFA still hold for them? Question mark. Is there a risk of loyalist paramilitary? No, PARAMIL. It looks like paramilitary activities during the process. The economic plan is key, as well as you need to viable tax base to pay for the housing and pension. A large swathe, swathe, swathe of which comes from alright, he's going on. In response to that, Chewbacca Triangle says, "This is what happens when electric vote for populism." Oh shit, 200 something votes. And in response, whatever. Jonathan Regan says 11.4 billion of finance services in the north per annum. Many identifying as British, many on welfare. I think Republic is just fine as it is. 200 and something votes. Alright, let's get rid of that. Right, we gotta say goodbye. It's been another iconic, to no surprise, episode of the Vegan Stephen podcast. There's polls being held, and Thomas Aarons says, "I'm not ashamed of telling people how I voted. I have reasons I can bring back up, and I'll happily discuss with them anyone who asks. I've no time for people who get upset over how they voted." Tough 700 and something votes. Alright, so yeah, and Kate Flannery says, "Years ago, people who wouldn't tell each other what they vote was a very valuable thing to them." At the last turn of 100 and something votes, and she's making points, and fair play to her. Alright, and we're saying goodbye. FF finds itself between rock and hard place as all eyes turn to coalition. Oh my words. Fianna Fáil has something yada 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 yada. Alright, so something about coalition. James Brady says, "I quite like the idea of a brief SF-led minority government with support cobbled from similar parties and multiple independents." That sounds good. "Each with their own agenda." Oh no. Alright, I'll just keep my mouth shut and read. "My mouth is used for one law, one reason and one reason only, preaching the word of the Lord, of the Lord, of the Lord, of the Lord. Praise whatever thing you're into, lads." In response, "Is that you, Ebenezer?" Right. Bill Clay says, "A candidate who romped home standing up hours after being elected, shouting up the rah. Then he doesn't even seem to comprehend what people are disgusted about. People have no idea what they have just done." 300 votes. "Not my president." Has a picture of 140 votes. Says, "You obviously have no idea what you're talking about. He was speaking historically with regards to the maize hunger strikes. Maybe you're too young to remember." Oh, he's getting taken to school. He's getting taken to school. He's in trouble. Too young to remember, or weren't even born when Thatcher ELAL introduced internment to get an education. That's INTERMENTV. David Harris in response says, "One SF candidate said something you don't like, so you write off the lot of them. It's a bit stupid." 130 votes. Hector Sun says, "One message from FG during the campaign is absolutely true. In order to pay for housing, hospitals, tax cuts, etc., we need strong economy with lots of people working to pay for it. Can we trust SF to deliver on that?" Bobby Wilson, 160 votes, says no, etc. "Oh, at least Daniel Radcliffe stuck to his guns and not doing business with them. Pathetic if Martin does U-turn just to stay in power," says Sinead Mooney, 170 votes. "Stay in power, question mark," says Nick Hall, 60 votes. And right, I'm out of his name. So listen, it's been amazing. Well done, everyone. It's another one. Well done to everyone who voted. I don't really understand what's going on, but Sure, we tried. We tried to stay informed, didn't we? We did our bit. It's complicated. Maybe it isn't complicated at all. I think the details make it complicated, but the big picture isn't complicated. Oh, Jesus. Alright, I'll keep the mouth shut. My mouth is used for one thing only, and spreading the word of the Lord. Oh, brewing